So you are an empath. You have an abundance of empathy. So there are a couple of things I want to challenge you on and ask you this question. You have empathy. Are you optimizing this gift? Are you leveraging the gift of empathy? Are you able to communicate your empathy? For the most part, people think they have empathy, therefore everybody knows and feels it. But here's a major mistake that empathetic people do. And it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm going to break it down. Somebody shares a story with you, a pain point, something that they've experienced. I'll give you a short example. I'm going to exaggerate to make the point. Somebody shares, look, my leg just got bit off by a shark and they're bleeding to death and they're suffering. And you're trying to show your empathy, and the way you do it is by sharing something relatable, thinking, I'm going to share a relatable story that's going to make them understand that I feel their pain. So I'm going to share this story. But here's what happens. While they're suffering and they've shared their suffering, my leg just got bit off by a shark, I'm bleeding to death, and you say, oh, that reminds me, 20 years ago, I once got bit by a dog and it really hurt. And I had to go and get 7 stitches. I've shared a relatable story, but psychologically, here's what's happened. I've made the situation now about me. You're suffering, but I've made it about me and my story and my experience. That is actually not empathy. That is hogging the conversation. So if you want to leverage this beautiful gift that you have, the way to do it, and this is a major talking point, several chapters in this book, Pink is the Color of Empathy. How do you communicate effectively that you have empathy? So you don't hog the conversation, you don't make it about you. Here's the best strategy. You simply listen and hold space for that person, keeping the focus on their experience. There are 10 to 12 other strategies, once again, that I share in this book. But the easiest one is keep the focus, keep the attention on their pain point. That's how you optimize your gift of empathy. If you are currently on a journey of self-awareness, empowerment, growth as an empath, as a human being, at the forefront of that growth in terms of any form of relationship is communication. A lot of the talking points are in this book, as previously mentioned. Pink is the color of empathy. If you want to do a much deeper dive into empathy and communication skills, inspiring healthy relationships, I invite you to take my communication online course. It's called The Conscious Communicator. I break down the 6 principles of communication that will truly help you along your path of growth, awareness, and empowerment. You'll find the link below in the description. Register today.